Algebra 1, Unit 6 Study Guide, number 3, Solving the Systems by Substitution. Alright, so in this first one, remember with substitution, the first step is that we look for an equation that's solved for either x or y. So it's in x equals or y equals form. So I can see this first one is in y equals. So I underline what y equals, and then I just make a note that I'm going to plug in that value into my second equation for y. That is substitution. So I rewrite that second equation, x plus 2, and then instead of y, I open my parentheses and I write what y equals from the first equation. I'm substituting it in. And then I just finish that second equation. I go ahead and do the math, so I'm going to need to distribute. And then I keep solving, so I combine like terms. I move my numbers over and solve for x. So x equals 1. Now, to find out what y is, I take that value of x and I plug it into either of the originals. And I just plug it into whichever one's easiest. So I'm going to plug it into the first one. So I get y equals 3 times whatever x is, and in this case it's 1, plus 2. So y equals 5. And then I write my solution as an ordered pair. So these two lines cross at the point 1, 5. Now on the second one, I started the same way. I look for one of my equations that is either in x equal or y equal form. If neither one of them are, I just do the math to get it that way. And so my first equation looks to be the easiest because I can simply add 2y to both sides. So I'll get x equals -6 plus 2y. Now I take what x equals here, and I'm going to plug it into my second equation for x. So that'll be 8 times what x is plus 12y equals 8. Then I just distribute, so -48 plus 16y plus 12y equals 8. So -48 plus 28y equals 8. Just keep following that math. So add your 48 to both sides. 28y equals 56. Divide both sides by 28, and y equals 2. Now to find the x that pairs with that y, this is the second substitution that you do. So you take 2 and you plug it in to one of your original equations. So you can plug it in to the first equation, to the second, or even the one that you adjusted. And so that's where I'm going to plug it in. So x will equal -6 plus 2 times my y value, which is 2. So x equals -6 plus 4, or x equals -2. There's my point. So now I write it as an ordered pair. So these two lines cross at the point -2, 2. Finally, my third one, again, I look to see if either equation is either in x equals or y equals form. And if not, I just rearrange one of them. So the first one is going to be easiest because I'm just going to subtract my 3x from both sides. So I'll take -7 minus 3x and plug it in right there. So I'll give myself a little bit of space here. -2 plus 4 times y, but I'm going to plug in what y equals. So -7 minus 3x. And then I just finished that equation, equals 0. So now I distribute. So 4 times -7 is -28. 4 times -3x is -12x. And that equals 0. And then I'm sure you probably saw this, but I forgot my x there. So I'll just fix that. So now I'll combine my x's. I have -14x, and I will add my 28 to both sides. Divide both sides by -14, and I get x equals -2. Now I need to take what x equals and plug it into one of my originals, or even the one I adjusted. And so that's where I'm going to plug it in. So I have y equals -7 minus 3 times -2. So y equals -7 plus 6, or y equals -1. And then finally I just write that as an ordered pair. So x is -2, y is -1. And those are my 3 solutions to my 3 systems.